Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and today I will be showing you how I use Vallejo mixing bottles and Army Painter mixing balls. Yes, these are the mysterious bottles that I've been using in my Paint With Me series, and today I will show you what I do with them and how you might find them useful. So there are a couple things about this mixing bottle that I really like. I like the fact that it has from 5 milliliters to 35 milliliters. So you can add 10 milliliters of one and 20 milliliters of the other to get your 1-to-1 ratio very easily, or even a 1-to-2 ratio, and so on. I also like how the size of the hole makes it easy to transfer from a paint. These ones, for example, as you can expect, you can just squeeze it into it until it's all done. And ones that are a little bit more difficult, you can still, using this size, pour it one into the other. You can use a funnel, but really it is large enough that you can just pour from one paint to another. For example, this one. This one is Agrax Earthshade by Citadel. I do like moving these over to these paint bottles, mostly because I am assuredly going to spill this at some point or another, being too into my painting. Before I transfer it, I want to use one of our Army Painter mixing balls and give it a good mix. Try and get everything that could be off stuck to the bottom here. Any particulates. Complete remove from the sides and bottom. And now that it is mixed, it really is straightforward. And also the mixing ball. Right. So we have our Agrax Earthshade, and we can just delabel this one and add it right onto this new one. And if you are using the measurements, well, then you'll probably want to cut this piece off, but I don't need it for this case. And here we go. We've got my Agrax Earthshade ready to go in a nice little dropper bottle, which is what I like the best about these. And if I drop it, or drop it even while it's open, it might lose a couple drops, but you're not going to get everything all over the place. And as you can see, barely anything is left in the bottle. For thicker paints, and metals in particular, as you can see, it is not mixed very well. So what you want to do, add your mixing ball, because right now the solid particulates in this paint have settled to the bottom and have adhered to it in a sludgy, painty sludge. And you are going to need one of these mixing balls, and with a bit of a shake, it does the work for you. It clears up all of these, anything adhering to the bottom is just brought loose by that extra given to you by the Army Painter mixing ball. Nice and shaky, 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 shaky. Alright, let's see what this is like. Much better. Isn't that beautiful? Now you could leave it just like this if you wanted, but I like to use dropper bottles, so I'm going to transfer it over. Now, to make it easier to come out of this, I'm going to add some airbrush thinner. You could use airbrush thinner, or you could use a metal medium. Both seem to work reasonably well the same, and I would not suggest water because that changes the that changes the nature of your paint, but airbrush thinner is designed to thin it out without changing what your paint acts like, and I have found that to be the case. I'd say 12 drops of airbrush thinner is plenty enough to thin it out such that you can get it from this over to here. And now, again with our mixing ball already in there, we go shake it, shake it, shake it. Again, you can use a little funnel for this that will lose you some of the paint, which is why I just like to do it directly. In this case, I'd suggest allowing the top to drip off a bit first. Just get that top lid first so that you don't have it dripping down upon you afterwards. All right, now, whee! Pour with confidence. If you go too slowly, you'll probably make a bigger mess than if you don't. Pour with confidence. You don't need to use a throwaway brush for this process. As long as you clean your brush afterwards, you can use whatever brush you want. I just happen to have this one. Again, this is not a brush that I use to paint with, but it is a good throwaway brush. Now, you could keep going at it, but I'm pretty satisfied with that. And here's another great thing. You can use a bit more, another 12 drops, and with that Army Painter ball still in there, what's remaining gives you a nice thin metal paint. So this one would be, you just use up the remainder of that with some edge highlighting, and you have, oh, we nearly forgot our Army mixing ball. Mix it on up. Now, before it was mixed, you could tell how tall it was. It was about here, which means we got about 11 milliliters out of this 12 milliliter bottle, and we've got some more left in here to use it for edge highlighting. So we are retaining all of the paint. As you can see, it is beautiful. You only added 12 drops of this airbrush thinner, which means that the consistency is basically the same as what you originally had, and you don't waste any of it. And that's how I use my Army Painter mixing balls and Vallejo mixing balls. The Army Painter mixing ball allows you to grab that aggregate on the bottom of a painting bottle and very easily mix it up every time. And the Army Painter and the Vallejo mixing bottles allows you to use paint one little droplet at a time, allowing you to keep your paint lasting longer, as well as not spill it as easily, which is what I certainly have done. Now, if your local store doesn't have them and you would like to acquire them, well, you can get them from us at Sword & Steel. These ones you can purchase singly, and the Army Painter mixing balls come in packs of 100. Just contact me here. And the price of one mixing bottle in Canadian, US, and Euro is that. And the price of a pack of 100 Army Painter mixing balls in Canadian, US, and Euro is that. That doesn't include shipping, but if you would like to know how much that is or place an order, again, you just contact me here. I hope that was helpful to you. As always, like and subscribe if you'd like to see our painting videos or other miniatures and wargaming material. And hit that bell notification so you are aware as soon as we put out our next video. Alright, thanks. Happy painting. Bye!